This is Apba Brian and Apba Baseball Classics. We are playing this week Negro League champions against Major League Baseball champions. And so far, the Negro Leagues hold a 2-1 advantage. Today, we're going to look at the 1946 Newark Eagles and the 1975 Boston Red Sox. If the Eagles win today, we might not continue the series tomorrow because the MLB teams won't have a chance to catch up. We may just play two Negro League teams against each other. But for the Eagles, they're going to be bringing one of the strongest middle infields I've ever seen. Monty Irvin and Larry Doby. Irvin was playing shortstop for them, and Larry Doby playing second base. Very strong middle infield. But here are their stars: Monty Irvin. We got Leon Day, and today's pitcher, Dr. Cyclops, because of the heavy glasses he wore, Max Manning. For the Red Sox, we'll be looking at Fred Lynn, Luis Tiant's pitching today, Carl Yastrzemski, Dwight Evans, Jim Rice, and Carlton Fisk. We're ready for the starting lineups. For the Eagles, Pat Patterson will lead off and play left field. James Wilkes will be the center fielder. Larry Doby, the second baseman. He played second base from 1942 through 47, and then played center field for the Indians when he came to the MLB teams. Monty Irvin, who played shortstop, he played outfield for the New York Giants when he came to the Major League teams. Leonard Pearson, he is the first baseman. Cherokee Davis will be playing right field. Charles Ruffin, the catcher. Clarence Pint Israel is the third baseman. And Max Manning will be the pitcher. He is a grade B pitcher with a Y and Z modifier. For the Red Sox, they will have Rick Burleson, the shortstop, Cecil Cooper at first base, Fred Lynn in center field, Jim Rice will be playing right field, Carl Yastrzemski will be the first baseman, Pudge Fisk will be the catcher, Rico Petrocelli at third, and Denny Doyle at second. Luis Tiant, who is a grade B, Y and Z modifiers, 18-game winner in 1975, will be on the mound for the Red Sox. All right, we're ready to begin. Tiant has completed his warm-up pitches, and Pat Patterson steps in for the Newark Eagles. He pops out to the catcher, one down. James Wilkes, 54, is a flyout to right field, caught by Jim Rice for the second out. Larry Doby comes to bat. Larry Doby hit .325, I believe, for the 46 Newark Eagles. 1-3 is the roll. That's a ball. 65 is going to be a pop out to the catcher. So the Eagles go down quickly in the top of the first. We go to the bottom of the first, no score. Leading off for the Red Sox will be the Rooster, Rick Burleson. 1-5 is a base hit to center field. So a leadoff single for the Red Sox. And they'll have average speed of first base, and Cecil Cooper coming to bat. Cooper, I believe, is in his first year. Rookie player. 41 was a 28. That is going to be a ground out to the shortstop. Burleson will be able to go to second. Both teams are fielding column 2 today, and that brings Fred Lynn, the center fielder, .331 hitter in 1975. 5-5 is the roll. That's going to be a base hit, single to right field, but the runner will only get to third, and we have first and third with one down. Jim Rice comes to the plate. Okay, Jim Rice hit 309 with 22 homers in 1975. We'll see what he can do. The Eagles will play the infield back, hoping for a double play. 34 is going to be a fly ball to center field. And the runner on third, Burleson, will be able to tag out the sacrifice fly. And the Red Sox are on the board first, take a 1-0 lead, now with 2 outs in the bottom of the first inning. Lynn holds at first, and Carl Yastrzemski comes to the plate for the Red Sox. And how cool was the game yesterday where his grandson hits a home run in his first game at Fenway Park in the presence of granddad Carl Yastrzemski. Here's the pitch. 53 is a 12. Play result with a runner on first. That's going to be a ground out to second base. Ending the inning for the Red Sox. Score is Boston 1, Newark Eagles 0 as we go to the top of the second. I think there is quite a lot of resemblance between Mike Yastrzemski of the Giants and Carl Yastrzemski. I see a lot of Carl in his face and kind of the way they play. All right, here we go. Monty Irvin will step in for the Newark Eagles. And according to Baseball Reference, Monty Irvin hit 375 for the 46 Eagles. You can find Negro League stats on baseballreference.com, and it's a good place to do some research on their teams. Here's the pitch to Monty Irvin. 32 is a 26 play result, ground out to second base for the first out in the second inning. Here is Leonard Pearson. 62 is a strike 3, 2 outs. And John Cherokee Davis, left fielder, steps in for the Newark Eagles. 46 is a ground out to third base. We go to the bottom. I forgot to change the scoreboard, but we're in the second inning. We go to the bottom of the second. Red Sox 1, Eagles 0. Max Manning goes back out to take his warm-up tosses. He was 9-2 in the 1946 season, third in the league in strikeouts. Red Sox. Here's the pitch to Carlton Fisk. 54 is a fly out to right field. First man is retired, and Rico Petrocelli steps in for the Red Sox. 41 is a ground out to shortstop. Denny Doyle. 22 is a base hit for Denny Doyle. He'll be at first. He has the F rating, so he's a fast runner. That will bring the bat Luis Tiant. .51 is a 2 balls and no strike count. 43 will be a ground out softly back to the pitcher. Nope, it's not. He has a Y modifier, so that's a Y result. He is a strikeout. Ending the second inning, we go to the top of the third. It's Boston 1, Newark 0. Okay, the catcher, Charles Ruff, leads off for the Eagles. Here's the pitch. 24 is a strikeout. Charles Israel. 62 is a strikeout. We talk about Pat Mahomes' no-look delivery sometimes in football, but Luis Tiant was pretty close to a no-look delivery where he turned his back completely to the batter. Max Manning will bat for the Eagles. Max Manning was a decent hitter. He had 275 for the Newark Eagles, 278. 24 is a roll. It's going to be a fly out to left field. And it's been 9 up and 9 down for Luis Tiant here in the first 3 innings. We go to the bottom of the third. Boston 1, Newark 0. And we are at the top of the Red Sox order. Rick Burleson, who singled and scored back in the first inning, the only run of the game. Here's the pitch to Burleson. 32 is a ground out to second base. 4-3 is its scoring, and Cecil Cooper steps in. Later to become a Major League Baseball manager. 44 is going to be a base hit for Cooper, and he will have the F rating, so he's got speed at first base. And young Freddie Lynn steps in for the Red Sox. 31 is at 8 against the grade B pitcher. The runner on first is going to be a ground out to third, with Cooper going to second base. 2 Red Sox players are retired, and Jim Rice steps in for the Red Sox. Might deal carefully with Rice, but you got Yastrzemski on deck. Here's the pitch. 23 is a strikeout. We go to the top of the fourth. Red Sox 1, Newark Eagles 0. Leading off for Newark is the top of the order, Pat Patterson. Okay, Pat Patterson's a .299 hitter in 1946. 25 is the roll. And that could be the first hit for the Eagles, a single to center field. And the Eagles have their leadoff hitter on. He does not have a fast running. He has average speed at first base. So James Wilkes will be the batter. There's the pitch to Wilkes. 52 is a 27. That's going to be a double play from Petrocelli to Doyle to Cooper. Score 5-4-3. And there are 2 outs in the top of the fourth. Brings to bat Larry Doby. Larry Doby was a five-tool player for the Eagles and later for the Indians. Very good athlete. He was a running back in high school, played at Eastside High School in South Carolina, and led them to a state title. Here's the pitch to Doby. That's a 6-6 roll. It could be, it is out of here for a home run for Larry Doby, tying the score. The double play happened, so that runner should not have been on first, but the score is 1-1, and the game is now tied with a home run for Larry Doby. We have Monty Irvin, shortstop. 54 is a fly out to right field for the third out in the fourth inning. We go to the bottom of the fourth. The Newark Eagles 1, the Boston Red Sox 1. Max Manning comes back out to take his warm-up tosses. Very tall, 6'4" right-hander, deceptive sidearm delivery. He will be facing Carl Yastrzemski. 2 is a ground out to the third baseman. Yaz is 0 for 2 today. Carlton Fisk steps in. Red Sox have 3 hits and 1 run so far in this game. 44 is the roll. That's going to be the fourth hit, a base hit for Carlton Fisk. Average speed at first base, and Rico Petrocelli will be the batter. 65 is a pop out to the catcher, 2 down, and Denny Doyle comes to bat for the Red Sox. 46 is the roll. That's going to be a fly ball to right field, and it is caught out there by Davis, and the Red Sox are retired in the bottom of the fourth. We go to the fifth, all tied at 1. Leonard Pearson will be the leadoff batter for Newark. Here's the pitch to Pearson. 37 is a strike on the first pitch. Strike 1 on the batter. 51 is going to be a base hit for Leonard Pearson. So the Eagles get a leadoff hit. And big first baseman is on for John Cherokee Davis. There are no outs. And he's going to swing away. Here's the pitch. 1-5 is going to be a single to right field, and that will get Pearson all the way over to third base. The Eagles have runners on first and third and nobody out. And the catcher, Charles Ruffin, due to bat. The Red Sox will play their infield back, try to get the double play. And better than that, Louis Tiant would like to get a strikeout here. Here's the pitch to Charles Ruffin. 63 is a fly ball to center field. It will be deep enough to score Pearson. So a sacrifice fly makes the score Newark 2 and Boston 1. Give Ruffin a sacrifice to center field, an RBI, and now the batter is Clarence Israel. 1-3, that's going to be 39 play result. Runner on first. Okay, the catcher, let's see. Catcher Ruffin tries to steal second, but he is thrown out by Pudge Rodriguez. 2-6. And that is the second out. Of the inning, and Clarence Israel is still at bat. 1-5 is a base hit for Israel. Single. And he'll be at first for the pitcher, Max Manning. 2 outs. 43 is the roll, and that's a ground out back to the pitcher. It's a Y modifier, so actually it is a strikeout. Ending the top of the 5th. Score is Newark 2, Boston 1. Okay, while Max Manning takes his warm-up pitches, I'll mention that the Newark Eagles were owned by Abe and Effa Manley. Eventually, Abe passed away, and then Effa became the sole owner of the Newark Eagles. And she did much of it when he was alive. She ran a lot of the business aspects of the game and a lot of the negotiating of salaries and moves and so forth. But she is the first female to be elected to the Hall of Fame. All right, Louis Tiant is the batter for the Red Sox here in the bottom of the 5th inning. It's a 2-2 roll. Fly out to center field for the first out. Back to the top of the order, and Rick Burleson is the batter for Boston. .33 is a base hit for Rick Burleson. He'll be at first with 1 out. Cecil Cooper is the batter. 36 is the roll. That is a pop out to the third baseman. 2 outs. Fred Lynn, 331 hitter in 1975. 20 home runs, maybe 21 home runs. Here's the pitch to Lynn. And 6 is a ground out to the shortstop. Ending the 5th inning, we go to the top of the 6th. The Newark Eagles 2, the Boston Red Sox 1. Eagles are at the top of the order, and they will have Pat Patterson step in. Here's the pitch to Patterson. That's going to be a leadoff single. He is 2 for 3 today, and he'll be at first with no outs. James Wilkes. Wilkes is over 2, grounded into a double play last time up. He is going to square around and bunt this time. 1-6 is the roll. 28 is going to be a good sacrifice. It's picked up by the pitcher Tiant and over to Doyle, covering at first for the out. But Patterson will go to second. He'll be there in scoring position with 1 down. and Larry Doby coming to the plate. Doby homered his last time up. Here's the pitch from Tiant. 24 is a swing and a miss for strike 3 in the second out. Now the shortstop, Monty Irvin, comes to bat. Irvin played 10 years in the Negro Leagues before he was brought to the New York Giants. I think he was 30 when he started with the Giants, so he himself said his best baseball was behind him, but he still played really well and was, I think, the MVP of 51 seasons. Here's the pitch to Irvin, and he hit over 400 in that World Series. 41 is a ground out to the shortstop. That is the top of the 6th. Newark Eagles 2, Boston Red Sox 1. Max Manning is back out to pitch the 6th. They only carried 6 pitchers on that team, and that's what we have with the Apba game anyway. So he's probably going to be looking at pitching a complete game if he can. Here's Jim Rice. 22 is base hit, another leadoff single for the Red Sox. Jim Rice will be at first, and Carl Yastrzemski is the batter. Swinging from the left side of the plate. Held the bat very high up over his head to start. Here's the pitch from Manning. It's a 1-1 roll, a second column roll. Yastrzemski barrels this one up. 24, that's going to be a double over first. And the runner, if an F runner scores, he's not an F runner, so he will be at third. So the Red Sox will begin the 6th inning with runners on second and third and nobody out for Carlton Fisk. Carlton Fisk in 1975 hit .331, not to mention the wave at fair home run in the World Series. And I think Max Manning is going to defer and throw 4 wide ones to Carlton Fisk and pitch to Rico Petrocelli with a chance for a double play. The infield will be playing back. All right, can Rico Petrocelli put a quarter in the merry-go-round? Let's see. Here we go. Here's the pitch. 22. That's going to be a base hit, a 7-play result. Single over second. 2 runners will score, and Fisk will hold up at second base. So the Red Sox will have runners at first and second. Rice scored. Yastrzemski scored. And the Red Sox climb in front. They take a 3-2 lead here in the 6th inning. And there's still nobody out. Denny Doyle comes to bat. Here's the pitch to Doyle. 43 is a 29. That's going to be a double play from the Manning to Irvin over to first for the double play. The runner will go to third, but suddenly there are 2 outs. And that changes the thing quite a bit because the pitcher's due to bat. Louis Tiant will stay in the game and hit for himself. Here's the pitch to Tiant. 64 is going to be, he walks the pitcher. Did not want to do that. So Tiant goes to first. With 2 outs. And we're at the top of the order, and Rick Burleson, who is 2 for 3 today. So a chance for the Red Sox to kind of break this game open right here. Here's the pitch. 1-4 is going to be a fly out to left field. So that ends the 6th inning. We go to the top of the 7th. The Red Sox now 3, and the Newark Eagles 2. Leonard Haas Pearson will lead off for the Eagles. He is 1 for 2 with a single, run scored, and a strikeout. Here's the pitch. 1-2 is going to be a ground out to second base. One away. John Cherokee Davis is the batter. 56 is going to be a base on balls. Davis is a slow runner, so they're going to play it safe on the base paths. Charles Ruffin, the catcher, comes to bat. 43 is there's a Y modifier, so he has a strikeout. And now Pint Israel is the batter. Here's the pitch to Israel. 23 is a ground out to the second baseman, who goes the short way to get Davis at second. But that ends the top of the seventh for the Newark Eagles. Red Sox 3, Eagles 2. Cecil Cooper will lead off the seventh. While we're doing the seventh inning stretch, I'd like to tell a story about Monty Irvin. When he played in the Mexican League, he was lured there by Jorge Pascual, who owned the league, and he was trying to draw a lot of U.S. ball players as superstars to Mexico. And Irvin went there, and he was playing on Pascual's team. And in one game, they had the bases loaded in the ninth with Irvin due to bat. And Pascual called him over to his box and said that if he wins the game for his team, he would pay him an extra $200, which in the early 40s was a lot of money. And so Irvin, thinking and knowing who was catching against him, came up with a sly plan. Roy Campanella was the catcher who was known for his character and integrity, a very nice man. And so Monty Irvin says to him, to Roy Campanella, he was just offered $200. So if Roy would call for a fastball down the middle, he'll split that $200 with him. Campanella said, sure, we can do that. The pitch came, it was not a fastball, it was a curveball. And Monty Irvin, ready for it, hit a grand slam to win the game. He knew what Campanella would do. He would not throw the fastball down the middle. He would call a curveball, and he was ready for it. All right, we're ready for the bottom of the seventh inning. I would call Irvin a six-tool player. Had arm, range, speed, hit for power, hit for average, and he had brains. All right, here is Cecil Cooper, the leadoff for the Red Sox in the bottom of the seventh inning. The roll is a pop out to the catcher, and that brings to bat the Rookie of the Year, Fred Lynn, for the Boston Red Sox. Here's the pitch to Fred Lynn. 36 is a Y modifier, so Lynn strikes out. And now Hall of Famer Jim Rice steps in for the Red Sox with 2 outs and nobody on. There's a drive. It might be, it could be, it's over the wall for a home run. And the Red Sox now take a 4-2 lead here in the bottom of the seventh inning. Corey Yastrzemski, who doubled his last time up, comes to bat. That's going to be a ground out to third base for the final out. But the Red Sox tack on another run and they lead 4-2 as we go to the eighth inning. All right, Max Manning is due to lead off for the Eagles, but the relievers are D pitchers. And he was a 278 hitter in 1946. He is going to stay out there and try to get something started. 1-2 is going to be a ground out to second base. So Max Manning is the first out of the top of the eighth inning. Brings the bat Pat Patterson. Here's the pitch to Pat Patterson. 46 is a ground out to third base. So 2 are quickly retired, and James Wilkes steps in for the Eagles. 65 is a pop out to the catcher. We go to the bottom of the eighth. Red Sox 4, Newark Eagles 2. Carlton Fisk will lead off for the Red Sox. 25 is a 8 against the B pitcher, That is going to be a fly out to center field. One down, and Rico Petroselli steps in. 64 is a strikeout. Leaves him 1 for 4 in the game. And Denny Doyle steps in. He is 1 for 3. 23 is the roll. Ground out to the pitcher. We go to the ninth. It's the Boston Red Sox 4, the Newark Eagles 2. All right, Larry Doby prepares to step in for the Eagles. It's their last chance. Larry Doby was the second black manager in Major League Baseball with the White Sox. Here's the pitch to Doby, 25. It's going to be a base hit, so he is going to be on base to start off for the Eagles, and that will allow Monty Irvin to come to bat in the person of the tying run. He could be the tying run in this game. Okay. Manager Darrell Johnson comes to the mound to talk with Louis Tiant. He is discussing the proceedings. Dick Drago is warming up in the bullpen, but Johnson returns to the dugout. He's going to leave Tiant in the pitch to Irvin, and they will pitch to Irvin. Here's the windup. 54 is a fly ball to right field for the first out. And now Leonard Pearson comes to bat. He was a .302 hitter in 1946, so it's not easy here. Here's the pitch, 61. That's going to be a ground ball to shortstop, to Doyle at second, to Cooper at first. It's a double play, concluding today's game for the Boston Red Sox. The final score is the Red Sox 4 and the Newark Eagles 2. We'll be back with a wrap-up in just a moment. Okay, today's game was the fourth in our series of Negro League teams playing the MLB championship teams. And it was taken today by the 75 Boston Red Sox over the 1946 Newark Eagles. The Red Sox scored 4 runs on 11 hits and no errors. The Eagles scored 2 runs on 7 hits and no runs. The winning pitcher was Louis Tiant, who went 9 innings, gave up 2 earned runs, 7 hits, 6 strikeouts, and 1 base on balls. It's a very clean game, no errors, only 2 walks between the two teams. Max Manning was a losing pitcher, 8 innings, 4 runs, 11 hits, 4 strikeouts, and 1 walk. Stars of the game today were, for the Newark Eagles, it looks like Larry Doby, who homered and singled, drove in a run with the home run. But the star of the game for the Red Sox would be Jim Rice. 2 RBIs, a home run, 2 hits, 2 for 3, and 2 runs scored. So there you have it. The Negro Leagues are tied now 2-2 with the Major League Baseball teams. So we'll be back tomorrow with one more Negro League team taking on one more MLB team. Please join us, and good night, and God bless.